Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl Jay. I hope you guys can hear me. Um, you know, I decided to jump back on this thing and do a impromptu live. So nobody knows I didn't make an announcement. I usually don't, but it is almost 10 p.m. Is way past my bedtime, but I've been meaning to record an episode for a minute this week, and I just haven't had the time. And, some things happened, and I don't have to go to work tomorrow. So I'm like, might as well just try to get in here, do a quick live, talk about a couple of things, and then get out of here. And maybe I'll turn this into an episode because I'm not really sure yet. I might not have enough content to talk about. So, those of you who happen to see that I'm live and you jump in, welcome and hello. Those of you that won't make it in, because I'm not expecting really anybody to be on here, but those of you that are watching it later, if I do put this out, what's up? I hope everyone is well. Let me tell y'all about my day. This is not going to be a typical Jay's Quick Three. I think I have about three topics, but I'm just going to get into it because today it was a good day today. Today was a good day. Um Work, I'm coming off a Beyonce weekend. I call it B weekend, hanging out with my besties, Jeremy and Chris. And I was just getting back to work on when did I get back to work? Wait, this is a new week. Last weekend, I went and saw Beyonce. So, see, my days all scrambled. But this is my first full week back to work, getting back into the swing of things. And I've been having an okay week, like nothing too crazy. And today was not an exception. I was having a pretty good day. And then because I was off the weekend for B, I ended up working. I don't know how I ended up scheduling myself this. It was some stuff that happened. Anyway, this was gonna be, yes, tomorrow's gonna be my ninth day working in a row, and then I'm off for 2 days. So I was ready for it tomorrow um, to work and then be off my 2 days, enjoy my weekend, and just have a good relaxing weekend. But nonetheless, I get off work today and I'm driving home. I make it all the way home, all the way home. I get to my street, I turn the corner, and then as I'm driving, I didn't feel like I hit anything or ran over anything. I turned the corner like I normally do, and I hear some doom, 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 doom as I'm driving. And I'm like, what? Did I run over somebody's toys? Because it's like kids that live on the end of my street. I'm like, did I run over somebody's toys or, what's going on? And couldn't figure it out. So doom, 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 doom. And I'm like, what is it? And I'm literally, my house is what, 9 or 10 houses away from the end of the block. So I drive up to my house, I pull into the driveway. I get out. Well, I back into my driveway because I normally back into the garage. I backed out and I backed into the near the garage. I can't speak. Near the garage. I get out. I don't see anything. So I look under. It felt like it was coming from the back. So I look under the tires, under the car, on the back. Don't see anything. Go to the front. I don't see anything. I pull forward a little bit. I don't hear anything. I go backwards a little bit. I don't hear anything. So I'm like, that's just real weird. So I'm like, I'm going to try to drive down the street a little bit more and see if I can hear it. So I drive down the street again. Dun, 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 dun. And I was like, what is that? Still cannot find it. Finally, I back into the my driveway. I get out and then I see what it is. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of metal that is inside my tire, but on the outside there's a rubber piece. Like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all can see. I took a picture. The light might mess up it might be a glare, but let me show y'all what. I don't know if y'all can see that. besides the lights. You can kind of see it. So that's my tire. Obviously, that metal piece is inside my tire. And then there's this piece right there is some kind of rubber piece. I don't know if it's a handle from something or what that is, but that's what's, hitting against my car when I drive. So I'm trying to pull it out, pause, and I can't. I can't, it's not moving because I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I can pull it out. I have some fix a flat because I got home around 5:30. I can put in some fix a flat. I'm reading the directions. It says, put it in, let it fill up your tire. It'll hold any holes or whatever in your tire. It'll hold it for 100 miles or whatever. And so I'm like, cool. I'm less than 100 miles from work back and forth. So I can fill this tire, go to work. And when I get off work, I can go straight to like a discount tire or something, get my tire fixed. I might have to get a new tire. I don't want to pay for a new tire, but maybe they can plug it or something. But I can do that tomorrow after work and then enjoy my weekend, right? Well, I can't get the thing out of my tire. So I call my neighbor. He's in Vegas, living his best life. I call one of my other friends. He's at work. And then I didn't even bother calling anybody else because no one else lives close to me. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So I'm like, oh, I got roadside assistance. So let me call. I have my roadside assistance through AAA. I have roadside assistance with my car. I have roadside assistance with my car insurance. I have roadside assistance with my credit card. I got so many roadside assistances. Like I have so many, right? I kept calling and telling them what the issue, and they were like, "Oh no, we can't do that. We just have to tow your car to the nearest place." So insurance had a place they wanted to take it to. The car place obviously wants to take it to the car dealership, and I'm not taking it to the dealership because y'all are not charging me an arm and a leg for a tire. I literally live 2 miles away from a discount tire, but at this point it is like 5:50. It closes at 6. I know there's no way I can get down there and have them work on my tire before they close. So I'm like, man, what am I going to do? Like, I don't want them to tow it anywhere because I'm trying to get this fixed now so I can go to work in the morning and enjoy my 2 days off, right? Because I'm really adamant about these 2 days off. So I'm looking around, and as I was trying to Google what time the tire places close around my area, I saw something that said mobile tire service or whatever. They come to you and they fix your tire. So I'm like, this is probably going to be expensive, but it shouldn't be horrible, right? I'm thinking it's maybe a couple $100s, right? So I called the first place. They said, and I was looking for places that had like really good reviews. And so I found the first place, called them. They don't have my tire. So I'm like, okay. He said, let me refer you to somebody else. They should have your tire and they can help you. So I called them, tell them, and this guy is like, yeah, we can come out there, but just I was like, he was like, what size is your tire? And I was like, well, I got to go look because I don't remember. He was like, okay, well, just text me. He was like, send me your address, text me what the thing is, and then I'll call you back. Because I said, how much is it for you to come out? He said $197.50. That's how much it takes for him to call out. I'm like, well, yeah, I was planning on paying $200. And I'm like, okay, so is that with the tire or without the tire? Like, I don't even know if you need to fix the tire. Maybe you can plug the tire. I don't know. But if I had to get a tire, is that price with the tire or without? He was like, that's without the tire. I'm like, well, how much is the tire going to be? He was like, well, go get the information, text me, and then I'll call you back with with the rates. So I'm like, okay. So I go do that. He calls me back about 30 minutes later, and then he's like, okay, it's going to be $197.50. Like I said, for us to come out. The tire is $165. So it'll be those two plus tax. So I'm like, okay, like I don't want to pay three, whatever it was going to be, 390 or something, because with tax, or three something, I don't know, whatever it was. I used my calculator and I came up with the amount, and I was like, well, okay. In my head, I'm like, all right. And then he was like, yeah. The total is going to be like four, whatever. And I'm like, whoa. That's not what my calculations state. I just did the math. I said, you said 197.50 plus 165 plus tax. Tax here is 8%. I was like, that's not 400 and whatever else you said. Oh, no. Well, it's those two things plus $10 for a recycling fee for the tire, $10 for gas, another $10 for something else. And then he was like, if you're using a credit card, it's extra $4, and then it's something else. And I'm like, yo. No. I said, sir, I'm not paying $400. I don't know. I don't have that. I was like, I live literally 2 miles. I think it was an 8-minute drive that I saw on the map thing. 8 minutes away from this discount tire. They just happen to be closed. I can probably get there. Now, is it safe to drive on my tire? No, probably not. I don't know, but I'm literally going a small distance. I can drive slow. I'm going to cut off the little rubber part and just try to get there. It's like, to me, it's like having a nail or something in my tire. I hope it won't pop. I don't know, but I'm taking my chances to go there because I'll pay maybe $200 for the tire and the service and stuff. I don't know. It ain't going to be $400. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, all right. And so I go on discounttire.com, see like if I can see if they have any open appointments in the morning, but they don't have anything until tomorrow, like afternoon, 3 o'clock. So I'm like, man, I'm just not going to have a car this whole time. And, I'm glad I didn't have them tow my car there, because then I just, you know, will be there without a car. I might as well just keep my car at home. So I don't know. I found another little mom and pop shop that's a little closer to my house that does tires. I'm going to call them in the morning. They open at 10. Maybe they can, and it can be a little bit more cheaper. I don't know. It's just, he threw me off with that 400 and some change. Because what? Like, I respect people's work, and I know everyone has to make a living. I get that. I understand that. But y'all are the 197.50 plus the additional $30-$45 you're trying to tack on, plus the tire that may or may not even need to be changed. Like, I don't know. It's just, I'm worn out. I was kind of wired. I couldn't sleep. So that's why I was like, let me get on here, record some stuff, and then I can go about my day and I don't have to worry about recording the episode for you that listen or watch. So that was my evening. Like, I finally, made a decision, and I'm just going to try to drive on it. And the thing is in there. So the metal piece is in there. There's a little round piece. You can't see it on that picture, but it's kind of like a loop. So whatever is in the tire is in there, and then it kind of loops almost like an eye, like on the end of a pin or something, but it's not like totally round. It's kind of like almost like a figure eight. I must have, it might have been round, but when I ran over, it probably smashed it. So it's just that little piece of figure eight that's just like stuck on the end. Like, if this is the tire, like it's in the tire, and then it's like bent like that, and then that's where the little figure eight little piece is. So I think, I mean, I drove up and down my street trying to figure out what that noise was. I think I can make it to the discount tire tomorrow, or to the shop. So we're going to see. I'll keep you guys posted on that. So that was my official, unofficial number 3, I guess, for the week, right? So my number 2 is so I went and saw Beyonce. Y'all already know that. If you listen, I dropped an episode last week, It was a recap of me, my friend Chris, and my friend Jeremy going to see Beyonce in Houston. Night 2, we won the secret mute challenge. I don't care what nobody says. She told us we won, so we won. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. But we recapped the show. So if you haven't heard that, please go listen. It's available on all streaming platforms. You can check it out whenever. It's about 35 minutes, a quick listen. It's just us talking about our experience. But what I wanted to talk about on here was, dang, I forgot what the one thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about my fit because y'all couldn't see it unless y'all follow me on social media. Then you saw I didn't do like a full body, but you can see kind of what I wore. But what was the other thing? I can't remember now what it was. Maybe it'll come to me. But this is what I wore. So this is now this shirt right here is the special edition. Look at it. Look at it shining. Look at that. Look at that twinkle. Y'all see that? Oh, she's shining. She's shining. Look at that. Now, this is the special edition Beyonce shirt. So those of you who, if you remember when she dropped Renaissance, or maybe it was before, but she went online or somebody said something. Beyonce got some special boxes online. Go to Beyonce.com, pick a box. Because pretty much it didn't tell you what was in the box. There was like a blank, it was just a blank t-shirt. This is how crazy. This is how crazy we are. This is when I knew, like, you know what? As much as I say I'm not beehive, like this is a little beehive-ish that I'm doing, right? Because I'm like, I like Beyonce. She's very talented. She's a dope entertainer, probably the best we have in this generation. Like as of right now, like I grew up, I'm a little older. I grew up with the Michael Jacksons and the Janet Jacksons, and Diana Ross is still around and Shaka Khan and all that stuff. But like of her age, like the time that she's been out, she is one of, if not the best performer, entertainer, at least with the most impact that we have going now. So I can't say that. But anyway, just a fan. I was just a fan of Beyonce. Like I wasn't hating. She was just cool, right? But I saw somebody say, go to Beyonce. She has these secret boxes. So I'm thinking, no, this is after Renaissance dropped, right? Now it's coming to me because I'm thinking, oh, if we get one of these boxes, we don't know what's in it. It's probably, what if there's a free ticket to her concert? Now, she hadn't said she was having a concert or anything. This is literally right after Renaissance dropped. And as you know, if you know, she dropped Renaissance and didn't, like, I think it was last summer, almost a year. I don't remember the date, but it was last summer. She didn't announce that she was going on tour until earlier this year, January, I believe. Anyway, so she dropped Renaissance, and then they said, there's these secret boxes. I'm like, there has to be something special. Like if we're buying this stuff sight unseen, because all it says is that it just shows a blank shirt. I think it showed a CD, and then that's it. And I'm like, there's got to be more to it. Like it's gonna be like either we get tickets or there's like a discount code for tickets or we'll be first in line. Like it's something. So I have to get one of these boxes. And I was talking to Chris. At first I was like, nah, I'm not falling for that. I'm not doing that. Like, who am I? I'm not buying something. I don't even know what I'm buying. And then me and Chris started talking and she was like, well, I was thinking about getting it. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, well, maybe if you're going to get it, then I mean, I might as well get it. Like they're not expensive. I think we can do it. So you have to pick 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, sight unseen. You don't know what's in it. All you know is you're getting a CD. Anyway, I think I picked number 2, and this is the design. So every shirt, 1, 2, 3, 4, all have different designs. So this is my design for my shirt. Now, this is minus the sparklies. So I added the sparklies for the show. So this This is what I wore to Renaissance. My friend Jeremy stoned it for me. So you can see what's sparkling really. He put black stones on it. That's what's really sparkling, but I don't know if I can really get close. But he also stoned the horse and then the little, if you want to call it a bathing suit, whatever Beyonce has on, that little bathing suit thing. I don't know if y'all can see it. You probably can't really see it shining, but that. And then he stoned the back for me. So you can't really see that shining either because they're white, but it's all, you can kind of see it. It's all stone. So this is what I wore to the show, this shirt with it stoned, right? Special edition. And I had on this hat because the theme was silver, like mirror ball, silver, all that. That was the theme. And I wasn't going to go all out and have like a whole like silver outfit like some people. Shout out to them that did it. But I just didn't want to do that. I want to true to me is when I go to shows, I'm wearing some merch, like a shirt and jeans and comfortable shoes. Cause getting out of there is going to be crazy. Walking around there is going to be crazy. So as cute as, I'm not even going to say I want to be because I've been to enough shows to know I'm going to be comfortable. I'm not wearing no heels. I'm not wearing no boots. I'm not wearing nothing that has any kind of elevation of the heel. And then my foot is flat on the ground. I'm not doing that. So t-shirt, jeans, sneakers, that's what I wear. So I had that shirt. I had this hat, this little glittery hat, sequin, right? And so black shirt, this hat, right? Pretty standard. Then I found these shoes online. So hold on, let me show you the shoes. Because I'm like, I'm just going to accessorize it. I'm going to be real plain Jane, but my head is going to sparkle. A little bit of my shirt is going to sparkle and my shoes are going to sparkle. That's right. So I went online. I have them in plastic because that's the way they came, but also because there's glitter on these shoes. And I don't want glitter all on my floor. But look at these. These are the shoes that I wore, right? But that's not all. That's not all. Hold on. Y'all need to see this. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Hold on. Is it this? Nope. Hold on. I'm gonna turn that light off real quick. And I'm gonna turn these lights off. I want y'all to get the full effect of these shoes right now because you can't really see them with the light. But hold on. Okay, here we go. So now I'm in the dark. But look at these shoes, right? So they come in different colors. There's purple. I think this is the white. And I had them on the white. And this is what I had on. So shoes are sparkling. My shoes are lit up. And then they flash. I didn't really have them flashing too much, but they do all kind of stuff. Not even expensive. But yeah, I had them on the white during the show. I'm just sparkling, doing my thing. It was pretty dope. So I was really happy with my fit. To be honest, I was proud of it. I didn't spend a lot of money on it, but nonetheless, these are dope, right? And I know plenty of people have these shoes. I've seen them before. I don't know if they're these exact ones, but y'all, look how they shine. With this? Come on. Don't tell me I wasn't in theme, right? Don't tell me I wasn't in theme. So that was my fit. The hat, the special edition shirt, some jeans, and my little glitter. Now I got glitter everywhere. This is exactly why. And y'all know once you get glitter on you, it's not coming off. And that's why I keep them in that bag. But that was my fit. The show was just super, super dope. I think we did great for the mute challenge. So when she said the first time everybody on mute, we were very quiet. And she didn't make us wait a super long time. But I'm gonna say we probably held it for like 5 to 6 seconds. And then people started getting restless and started talking. And then she was like, then she went on with the song. So if y'all follow me on TikTok, or I think I put it on Instagram. If y'all see when I did like the little transition from when we were at the hotel, not dressed, to when we were at the show, I did a look around everybody on mute. And when I turned around, we were at the concert. You could hear noise. It makes it look like we didn't mute. We did mute. We did well. But even better than that, Beyonce, in the middle of her performing something else, she just said, "Look around, everybody on mute." And we were dead silent, like not making a single sound until she said, "Y'all won. Y'all won that." Like, I wish I could show it. I don't know if it's a way. Shout out to, I forgot their name. Rock. I can't pronounce it. It's Parkwood, but they switched the P and the W on it. So I think it's just like a fan page. But she said we won. Now, hold on. I'm gonna find it. Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm gonna find it because I want y'all to know that we won that. Hold on one second, y'all. All right. Okay. So let me see. Y'all may or may not. I know y'all can hear it, but y'all may not be able to see it. I'm gonna turn it up. I don't really know how to share with my computer with this. So here we go. Okay. It'll start over, I believe. Look around, everybody on me. Y'all want that? Did you see her face though? I need y'all to look at it again. Watch her face, because she's like, "What?" This was surprise. She wasn't. She had been done that song. It was long ago. And she was doing something else, and then out of the blue, she said this, and her face was just like, "Look how proud I am of my Houstonite too." She was super proud. Let me see if I can start it over. Look around, everybody on me. Y'all won that one. Y'all won that one. That's my Beyonce impression. Y'all won that one. Yes, we won. What else? It was just a all around fun time. Our seats were not horrible. I thought they would be. They were not. So I'm very happy with the amount of money we spent, which wasn't a mortgage. And we were able to get in there. Now, we weren't like in her face or anything like that. Hold on one second, y'all. I gotta get off camera. It never fails. My allergies start going and my nose is itching. And I hate doing that on camera, but no, the seats were great. We can see Beyonce is a very generous queen. She allows everyone to be able to see. She had these huge screens. Her set was huge, so you can see any and everything. You weren't missing anything. Of course, if I had 4 or 5 grand to spend, I would definitely be front row or somewhere where I can physically see her in her face. But I'm fine with my poor people tickets in my poor people section, and I saw it just fine. Everything was great. Now, what was just announced? It was just announced after her last show in Kansas City that she is bringing Renaissance to the big screen. So December 1st, and I don't know how long it's running, but December 1st, she recorded at our show. So in the Houston shows 1 and 2, she recorded those shows. And I'm pretty sure she recorded footage around the whole time she was doing the tour, but I believe the actual show footage is coming from Houston. They gave us these bracelets to wear, and oh man, I want to grab it because I want y'all to see that too. Hold on. Now, I don't know if Miss Yvette or Parkwood or somebody is watching because they did tell us to turn these in. And I was like, no, thank you. So I hope no one comes to get me. But this is this is the bracelet that they gave us. So we would just put it on, and then it was controlled by whatever was going on in the place. So it would change colors based off what she wanted to happen, like with her set. So if her set was green, then we were green. If her set was red, we were red. If she wanted it flashing lights, it was flashing. It was pretty dope to see. So you'll see that, I'm sure, in the movie. And then the people were there. I'm sure if you've seen the footages from the Houston shows, I'm pretty sure someone posted that. But yeah, these are the bracelets that they gave us, um, that had the little lights flashing and everything with that. But with the movie, I'll be on there somewhere, so look out for me. But I think that's pretty dope of her. Like, I know Taylor Swift did that same thing, but I think, and I can say, I guess, for Taylor Swift as well, like, her concert was really sought after. Both whatever the name of her thing was, Eras, I think it was, and Renaissance were two of the most sought after concerts we've had this year. And although I think Beyonce grossed the most, and it's not a contest, it just is what it is. I think she grossed the most with this tour, breaking records and things like that. It's dope that she said to us, listen, I know it was hard to get these tickets. I know y'all were paying an arm and a leg, and just not everybody could go. So I'm going to allow everyone, whoever wants to go to your nearest AMC. You can watch this concert and behind the scenes footage for whatever the price is. I heard it was $30 or something like that. Whatever the price is. Now, am I going to see that? I want to see it, but I need to know the times and the days, because one thing that I don't like to do is be around a bunch of people. Yes, I was at the concert. Yes, I understand a lot of people are at concerts. I love going to live shows. I do. But I don't know. There's a difference between going to a concert venue with a lot of people and being in a movie theater with a lot of people. It don't hit the same. And I don't want people talking while I'm trying to listen. I don't need nobody breaking out, because if you're at a show, sometimes it's so loud you can't even hear the person next to you. So if something's breaking out, you're usually paying attention to what's going on stage, so you don't hear that. I don't need to hear, I mean, no shade to people with kids. I don't need to hear the babies crying. I don't need to hear people fighting. I don't need people fighting over their seats. I don't need to hear the girl next to me singing real loud, Crazy in Love. Like, I don't really want to hear that. So I like to go to movies when there's not as many people. I like to go the very first show somewhere really early in the morning if they have it. Or I'll go weeks later where the hype has died down. So I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity to go see. I'm definitely not going um, first day during the most popular time. I'm just not doing it. Even though I'm from a small town and I don't think it's going to be super packed in May, but I just don't. I just don't. It's the movie theater to me is too intimate for me to be around a bunch of people. I just don't. I don't. I've never liked it. I don't want to do it. So I don't know if I'll get to see it. I mean, maybe hopefully after the movie theater thing, she releases it on a streaming service and we can watch it like we watch Homecoming or whatever. So, or Disney Plus, has Black is King. So I mean, hopefully one of the streaming services gets it and then I can watch it from the comfort of my own home. I don't know if I'm going to make it out to the show though. I don't know if that's going to be a thing. So that's all I have for my number two, which was my fit. It turned into something else. But if you have not seen Renaissance and you have $30 and you like going to the movies, go check it out because it actually is a really, really, really good show. It's phenomenal. If you like Renaissance, it's very, Studio 54 disco. I mean, of course, she gives love to house and ballroom culture, voguing and all that. Like, that's definitely in there. And by the way, before I go, by the way, I want to make this known. Listen closely. I need y'all to pay attention and listen to this. I said a year ago, if Beyonce and whoever helps her design her show did not get some ballroom dancers, like real ballroom dancers, to be in her show, she was going to be missing out on the opportunity. And that she did. So whoever, I mean, it was just, it wasn't, I wouldn't say she took my idea. I mean, that's just common knowledge. Like a lot of her music is full of ballroom culture and it speaks to that part of the community. So it only makes sense that you get people from that community. So um shout out to her for having, like, T.S. Madison's voice is all over it. Of course, she's on Cozy. You have Kevin Prodigy. His voice is all over it. I think it's Kevin. Am I right? Kevin Prodigy, Juicy Couture. I think I'm right. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. Please don't be mad at me. I saw Carlos up there. I saw Honey up there. It's so many other dancers that I don't know by name, but I've seen them before, and I can't think of all of them right now because it's at the spur of the moment. But shout out to Beyonce, shout out to ballroom culture. But if you like dance, if you like disco feel, if you just love like soulful music and a feel good time, go see this movie in the movie theaters. And that's all I have for real on my number two. Now, quickly for my number one, because it's getting late. I'm still sleepy. I don't have that much battery left on my laptop. We got to get moving. My number one, and this is something different. This is something different. Hold on. My number one this week, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk some sports. Now, I don't normally talk sports. I used to be a sports girly back in the day. I really did. It was somewhere between college and young adulthood that I really, well, high school, mid high school to young adult, when I really got into sports, mainly basketball. I like tennis. I always watch the Olympics for, gymnastics and things like that. Never really watched football until like maybe the past 5 to 10 years. But I loved basketball. And after watching, Bulls was my team pre 96. Post 96, the Lakers were my team because I was a Kobe fan. So I was following wherever he was, that's where I was. And he was with the Lakers his whole career. So that's where I stayed. And I watched them Like, I knew stats. I knew all the players. I knew what their stats were. I knew records. I knew how they were streaky. I knew who they like how they would battle other teams. Like, I was in it. I knew my stuff. And then in 96, they announced that they would be having a women's league called the WNBA. And after watching USA basketballs, especially perform in the Olympics, I really loved watching players like Lisa Leslie and Dawn Staley and Cheryl Swoops and like a whole host of other people that played in the USA basketball. And they said they were going to start a WNBA, and I see Lisa's face on there, and she's my favorite player. I had Kobe as my favorite male player, Lisa Leslie as my favorite female player. Just so happened both of them played for LA. I loved them before they got drafted to wherever they were going to go, and it just so happened it was just a match made in heaven. But both of them, a match made in heaven. I don't know what I said, but that both of them ended up in LA. So that was just great for me. But anyway, seeing Lisa being announced, being like one of the faces of this league, I was so into it. I lived in Houston at the time. We all know, if anybody knows anything about the WNBA, the Houston Comets won the first 4 championships with Coach Van Chancellor. Everybody knows that. So I lived in Houston. I was a fan of LA, but lived in Houston. So all the hype around WNBA was there because they were the champions. They kept winning for 4 years in a row. And, Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Swoops and Tina Thompson and Kim Perot, like all of them were like superstars in and around Houston. So actually Cynthia Cooper, I don't know if she still does, but after she retired from playing basketball, she went to go be the head coach of the women's basketball at my alma mater, Prairie View A&M University. Shout out to PVU. She became their head coach. I don't know if she's still there or not, but she was at one point. But anyway, and that's in Texas, right outside of Houston. But it was like really a big thing. So I was into it. I always was watching the games of, who the Sparks were playing. Their nemesis, the first time New York, the very first game played in WNBA history was LA against New York. New York won. Still mad about that. But Sparks eventually ended up winning back-to-back championships, I believe, right after the Rockets, right after the Comets won their 4. Then Sparks won the next 2, and then other teams got into it. But I was really, really big on it. And once Lisa stopped playing, I kind of just lost interest, and I wasn't like, life was happening. Things were going on. They weren't really showing the games on TV as much and stuff like that. And it was just really hard to like keep up with them. So I kind of fell off. I'm not going to lie. But just recently, and I mean like in June, maybe May, maybe June, no, June or July, I started watching WNBA again because the it's not cable, but the service that I have has a bunch of sports channels on it. And because the Las Vegas Aces won the championship last year, I'm assuming that's why they have so much TV time now. So a lot of the games I would see as I was like flipping the channels would be Aces games. And I talked about this before on one of my other episodes. I became a fan. Anyway, we ain't got to get into all that. I'm here to talk about the Aces have made it to the finals. They have made it to the finals. And guess who they are playing against? Yes, my nemesis, the New York Liberty. Aces are number 1 in the league, led the league the whole season. They're the number 1 seed throughout the whole playoffs. New York is number 2, have been for a very long time. It was a battle. Like these last 3 games of the season, it depended on who was winning and who would lose as who would be 1 and 2. They were like neck and neck. Like at one point, they were only like a game and a half apart. New York was not losing. It was starting to irritate me. I knew that the Aces had to be perfect and New York had to lose at least one for us to end up, I say us because I'm part of the team, for us to end up with the number 1 seed. That happened. So we got the number 1 seed. I forget how many we ended up, I think 3. So a game and a half, we still ended up, I believe, ahead of New York. Regardless, the Aces played their people, swept everybody. They swept, who did they play first? Chicago? Was it Chicago they played first? And then Dallas. So they swept. Now they're in the finals. New York didn't have a sweep. I think they swept their first group. And then the second one, they played Connecticut. They dropped 1 game, but they ended up winning their last game. So they won 3-1. Now they're here to play the Aces. And when I tell y'all, I'm nervous. Like the Aces have it, but because I haven't seen the whole season, I just feel like I want this for them so bad. I just don't want them to lose. I want to witness. I didn't get to see it last year. I want to witness the greatness that is the Las Vegas Aces and with their leader, A'ja Wilson. This girl is bad, 27 years old. She's a 2-time WNBA MVP. She should have got this one this time. We're not going to get into it. Somebody voted for her 4th. Crazy. You're a hater. But regardless, she didn't win this year, but she did get Defensive Player of the Year, so she has that twice. She's a WNBA champion. They won last year with the Aces. She is she tied the record for the most points in a game this season. She had 53 points. She could have had 60, but coach took her out. What else? She just broke a record or made a record of the first player to score 30 plus games in 3 straight games in the playoffs. So she had over 100 and something points in 3 games, which nobody has ever done. She's just doing things. That's just a tip of the iceberg of her. She has a statue of her at her alma mater, which is South Carolina. Is it University of South Carolina or South Carolina? It has to be University of South Carolina, I believe. Don't get me to lying, but she has a statue. Wherever Don Staley is the head coach, that's where A'ja's her trophy is because she killed that program. She broke all kind of rules as a college player. She was drafted number 1 in the WNBA. She was Rookie of the Year, all kind of stuff. So A'ja being on that team is awesome. Then you get the point guard is what they call her, Chelsea Gray, who, like, if you have not seen her play, the way she throws that ball, like, it's almost like Magic Johnson. Like, you don't know where that ball is. She's never looking at the person she's passing to. She can get it through, like, so many defenders to get it to the right person, and all they have to do is make the shot. It is a sight to see. Kelsey Plum, everybody knows that's like the Energizer Bunny. She's never tired. She's running up and down the court. She can kill you with the 3 or she can drive to the basket. Like, she's everything. Jackie Young, again, somebody who will kill you. If I'm not mistaken, she was either the top or in the top, top few people with the best 3-point percentage, I believe, in the league. So she can kill you on the 3. You got AC coming off the bench, who is a champion in her own right. She's a WNBA champion from another team. Who else is on the team? That's Stokes. Stokes is a starter. She was taking the spot of Candace Parker, who got her to have foot surgery. Could you imagine if Candace was well and she was on that team? Like there would be no chance for New York. But the Aces have so many good players at any point in time. They can get hot. George, I've seen her go off the bench. Um, it's just it's such a good team. Becky Hammond was already a good player, and she actually, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I believe she is the first woman to ever coach an NBA team. She was an assistant coach to Greg Popovich from the San Antonio Spurs. I think I watched that game. He had to leave for some reason. I don't know what happened. He had to go off the court, and for like a quarter or something like that, she was leading the team. So she, like, even though it wasn't a whole game, she really broke barriers being a female coach coaching a professionals men's basketball team. So Becky knows what she's doing. She's learned from one of the best coaches in the NBA. So, like, that is just, that whole team is a match made in heaven. New York is not shabby either. I mean, New York has the current WNBA MVP in Breanna Stewart. She's gotten that already before. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is her third MVP. She's an WNBA champion as well. Vandersloot is crazy. We've heard of Ionescu, Stephanie Ionescu, who currently holds the record for the most 3-pointers in the All-Star in the 3-point shootout, male or female. There's no male or female that has ever hit. She only missed one shot. So she hit all those threes, only missed one shot. She holds the record for that. So she can kill you if she wants. She will just run down the court, stop and pop. Like, she almost looks like Steph Curry, the way she just throws the ball up there and you just, like, you're in half court. How are you making those shots? JJ in the middle, like, she's like 18 feet tall. Nobody can guard her. It's very hard. I don't know how Asia does it, but it's just the matchups. And Lainey from New York, I wasn't even hearing anything about her until recently. I'm watching her in the playoffs. She's going off left and right. It is going to be such a, and most of y'all who don't know what I'm, WNBA or sports, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You probably already checked out. That's fine. But I get excited when I talk about these teams because it's going to be such a great matchup. And I wish I can just be a fan and watch, but I want it so bad. I want it so bad for the Aces to win that it's just, I'm very nervous because New York is the only team this season that has beaten the Aces twice. And if you count the Commissioner's Cup, they beat them 3 times. So no other team in the league has beat the Aces more than once, and it's only been 4 other teams that have beat the Aces this year, outside of New York beating them twice. And the Commissioner's Cup is that little tournament they have in the middle of a season. And I think the NBA, if I'm not mistaken, they're doing that starting this season. It's a little tournament, I guess, to keep the players playing. I know for the women, it's an opportunity for them to get more money because, they don't pay them, which they should. Not that they don't pay them any money, but they don't pay them, I think, what they should be paying them. But that's another story for another day. But it allows them to get some extra money. But last year, the Aces won. This year, they lost to New York. And then New York, the very next game they had was against New York, and they lost that game too. So, New York knows how to beat the Aces, and that's what's scary. But this is playoff basketball. This is the finals. This is where the Aces were last year. I believe Asia is hungry enough. She's definitely skilled enough. And I just want them to pull this out. They can beat New York. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be a battle, and it's going to be exciting to watch, but I'm also biting my nails because I don't want them to lose. But I know New York is so good. So I don't really like how they have the schedule. Like, I feel like it's too far apart. The first game is this Sunday. I believe that's the 8th, and then they don't play again until Wednesday. And then they don't play again to that next Sunday, and then again to that next Wednesday. So it's a 5 best out of 5 series. So game 5 is on a Friday. So it's Sunday, Wednesday, and then if needed, Friday. But it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. And if y'all follow me, I'm gonna be tweeting, I'm gonna be posting, I'm gonna be going crazy, especially if my team is winning and kicking butt. Like, I'm telling you, I cannot wait. I cannot wait till Sunday. I have to work, so I'm gonna be watching the scores while I'm at work. I'll probably try to take a break or take my lunch while it's on. But if y'all don't watch the WNBA any other time, I think this series, this finals is a great introduction to what this league actually can do. Like, it's some good players. Like, the league that I was watching back in 97, this is so totally different than what that was. Like, I was into it back then, but people say like women aren't flashy and all they do is lay up and well, do layups, not layup, but do layups. And it's not exciting like the men's game because the men are dunking and they're quicker and they score more points and blah, 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 blah. But like the teams nowadays, and I would probably say within the past 5 years, I haven't been watching, but just what I see right now, like these women are balling out of control. And if you are in the sports and especially basketball, I'm telling you, watch this finals series and send me all the good juju, I need all the good vibes because I got to send that out to the Aces because I need the Aces to win. If they win, I need to figure out how I'm going to get to Vegas so I can go to this parade because I got to be a part of that. But as my battery is continuing to die, that's all I have. I did not plan to get on here and speak for 50 something minutes, but I get excited talking about Beyonce and definitely talking about the Las Vegas Aces. So that is all I have. Thank y'all for hanging with me. I do appreciate it. I don't have a vibe of the week because I wasn't planning on really talking about anything. Um, Watch the WNBA finals starting this Sunday. Be kind to people. You never know what kind of day somebody is having. And if you own a business, I understand you got to make money, but don't be price gouging. Like, we're in a very like weird time with the economy. Everything is super high. We don't have a lot of money to make things happen. People have families and they have to take care of themselves. And you overcharging for something that you probably don't need to overcharge for, like, cut it out. Like, just stop. So those are my words of wisdom. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Whoever was watching, what's up? Hello. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If I put this out, go ahead and drop some comments if you would like. Give me the thumbs up. Share my videos if I do put this out because that helps my algorithm and that helps YouTube to promote more of my stuff. I get more eyes on me and I get more people to watch my stuff. So go to my page. Well, if you're watching this, you're on my page, but check out my other content. Thank y'all for hanging with me again. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Let's go Aces.